Have you read Hans Christian Andersen's story, The Red Shoes? I recently watched the ballet version by Matthew Bourne, and it was great, but it had little in common with the original fairy tale that I remembered from childhood, so I decided to revisit it. The Red Shoes was published in 1845, and it's deeply rooted in Andersen's own biography, specifically his childhood, social anxieties, and the strict Lutheran religious environment of 19th century Denmark. The story is about a young girl, Karen, who becomes obsessed with a pair of red shoes she sees, but because she's very poor, she can only buy a roughly made version of them. Her mom dies, fairy tales, and then Karen is adopted by a rich lady. Karen becomes spoiled, and she's given a beautiful pair of red shoes, a luxurious version of the previous pair. Karen wears them to church, which isn't appropriate, and she gets told off by an old lady. During the ceremony, she's thinking of the shoes, not God. A mysterious soldier with a red beard taps her shoes, complimenting them, and he says, "Never come off when you dance." Eventually, her adoptive mother dies too. Fairy tales. Instead of going to the funeral, though, Karen goes dancing. It's like the shoes are controlling her. An angel appears, holding a sword, and tells her to never stop dancing, that she'll dance until she dies. She's being punished for her vanity and frivolity. And the girl can't stop dancing, she's going mad. Eventually, she finds an executioner and she asks him to chop off her feet, which he does. After that, the shoes go off dancing with the amputated feet, but Karen is relieved. She tries going to church on Sunday, presumably to show everyone that she has learned her lesson, but the dancing shoes won't let her in, so she stays home praying. The angel comes back, holding roses this time, and turns her room into the church so that she can attend the service. Karen is so happy and her heart is so full of light that it bursts. She dies and her soul goes to heaven, where no one mentions the red shoes. She's at peace. I love Andersen's stories, they're just completely insane. But anyway, this is a story about vanity and social class and Andersen's own family. Andersen's father was a shoemaker, and there's a story of him receiving a commission to make silk red shoes for dancing by a wealthy lady, who wasn't impressed by the result. His father was furious, and he cut up the shoes in front of her, the client. This class conflict, the humiliation of the artisan by the wealthy lady, is inverted in the story, where the poor girl Karen aspires to the red shoes, a symbol of wealth, and she is destroyed by them. Interestingly, Andersen also had a half-sister called Karen, whom he didn't like, and while he ascended the social ranks, she remained a washerwoman. In any case, in his diaries and autobiography, Andersen wrote about how, for his confirmation at church when he was a boy, his parents had bought him his first pair of boots. He was so proud of them that he tucked his trousers inside them so everyone could admire them. And during the service, he was thinking about people admiring his boots rather than God, which made him feel guilty afterwards. Biographers like Jackie Vulschlager suggested that the Karen in the story represents a dark double for Andersen, the part of his family and his own past that he wished to cut off, just as Karen's feet are amputated in the story. I don't know if he intended this as a cruel caricature of Karen or if it was an expression of guilt, perhaps over his faltering faith or over leaving Karen behind to wash clothes while he climbed the ranks. Andersen's 19th century Denmark, with its strict form of Lutheran Christianity, emphasized humility. Vanity was a spiritual danger, not just a character flaw. Karen's sin is wanting to rise above her station. She's breaking social norms. So when the executioner cuts off her feet, he's cutting off the source of her vanity and saving her soul. Karen needs to be punished, and punishment is a big theme for Andersen. Just think of the Little Mermaid, who, at the end of the story, dies and dissolves and becomes sort of foam in the sea. But we could also read the shoes as a symbol of female sexuality or puberty. There are parallels to be made here with Little Red Riding Hood. Karen loses control of her body once she's wearing them. She can't stop dancing. Maybe this reflects 19th century anxieties about female independence. Is female sexuality something dangerous that needs to be cut off, controlled by patriarchal authority, symbolized by both the angel and the executioner? Still, although Karen is punished in the story, we can imagine that Andersen must have related to her. He enjoyed fame and attention, and he was climbing the social ladder. Could the story be a representation of this fear that his artistic ambition, represented by the dancing, was sinful, and that his vanity would lead to his damnation? Is this a story about the conflict between artistic worldly vanity, the shoes, versus pious humility, the church, resolved through violent self-abnegation? I'm not sure, but I think this story, like all good fairy tales, leaves a lot of room for interesting discussions. And as for Matthew Bourne's ballet, it's good, but it's a different story altogether, and I prefer Andersen's tale.